So corresponding angles are going to be angles that are in the same relative position. For example, so I've got my parallel lines and I've got my transversal. So let's say I want to talk about this angle right here. We've talked about vertical angles, supplementary angles, alternate exterior, alternate interior. So corresponding is same relative position. So do you see how this angle is on the right of the transversal? So something that would be in the same kind of position would also be on the right. Notice how it lies on top of this parallel line. And so does this one. So you see how these angles look so similar. They're both on the right side of the transversal and they're both kind of on the top of their parallel line. Because of this, corresponding angles are equal. So for example, not the straightest line I've ever drawn, but it's okay. So let's say we're going to talk about, how about this guy right here? This angle here. So if I want to know which angle is corresponding, notice that this angle is on the right of the transversal, so I need to pick one of these other angles that's on the right of the transversal. Notice how it kind of sits underneath one of the parallel lines. So its corresponding angle would be this guy right here. They're both on the right of, they're both on the left of the transversal, and they're both underneath their relative parallel lines. So another example. Maybe this angle right here measures 120 degrees. Well, if I find its corresponding angles, it'll also be 120 degrees. So let's see here. I notice that this angle is on the right of the transversal, so I'm going to check on the right. And I notice it's kind of sitting on top of this parallel line. So its corresponding angle would be this one right here. They're equal, they're both 120 degrees. So to recap, corresponding angles are in the same relative position. So they'll be on the same side of the transversal, and they'll both either be on top of the parallel lines or underneath them. And notice that just looking at them, you can tell that the angles kind of look the same. Like both of these are obtuse, both of these are acute, etc.